Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Vision Pros Live. I'm your host and coach, Fletcher Ellingson. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you are in this conversation because in these conversations, we're meeting people and discussing vision. And a vision is a clarified story in the mind that we are efforting to bring into the physical realm. This is a topic that's always of interest to me. I love the creation process from story to reality. And today on the show, we've got Pape. Welcome to the show, Paul.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And you are with Gamify Business, yes?
Yep, that's correct.
Right on. We're going to jump into what you do and who you help. But first, we want to take just a moment and I want you to share something that's going well in your life, either professionally or personally. We want to remind people that we are the cause of good in our lives. Despite what else is going else on in the world, we still can create good, feel good events, situations. So lay it on us. What's going well for you?
One of my clients just finally hit a 7-figure milestone in their business through my help. Kind of rerouted the business there, and it started climbing into the right direction. And they finally hit that one, so that was a big win for all of us. And my second one is kind of a personal one, but this Wednesday I turned 50 years old, so it's a huge win for me in that regard.
Yeah, right on, right on. Welcome to the 50s Club. That's great. In many regards, if you arrived at your 50s, you beat the odds. A lot of people don't make it there, right?
Yep.
And you look like you're in good health and able-bodied. So right on, dude.
Yeah, just plowing through it. Still feels like 40s.
Yes, yeah. Hey, so Gamify Business. I took a look at your website, but I'm not going to spill the beans. But I will say that it definitely piqued my interest. It looked like something unique. It looked like something different, and I like that you're talking to addressing a different type of mind, a way that people process. But I'll get out of the way. What does Gamify Business do, and who do you help?
So Gamify Business is essentially the ability to become an entrepreneur. The twist that I have on it is that we don't use the traditional means of doing business. There's no MBA required. My level of entry is if you can have a lemonade stand, you can be an entrepreneur. What we do instead is we use terminology and framework that is very familiar to most people, which is gaming. If you've ever played a game on your phone or on a tabletop or whatever, if you understand the basic parameters of gaming, then you'll understand this approach to how to run a business. And so the people that I'm actually working with, they are creative-based people. As a creative-based person for over 20 years, I've worked in many of the entertainment industries, and either behind the scenes or in front of the camera. And what I've learned is that a lot of creative-minded people don't think linearly like a lot of business-minded people do. And so I had to come up with a framework that worked well with people who kind of thought differently. So instead of trying to approach something with a linear approach, we do it in more of a cloud-based, kind of more story-based telling, and making it more of an adventure rather than a burdensome task, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah. So I really like this approach too. I like the whole concept because one of the things I've always worked into my curriculum with my clients is that life is a game, right? I mean, whether you don't have to agree with that or anything, the people who are listening, you don't have to agree with that. But to me, life is a game, and I'm sure you can speak to this way more. But it's like, what if it is a game? Then you want to get curious, like, okay, what are the rules here? What are the rules? What's the objective? Who are the other players? Who's the central player? Who's, it? So am I on the right track here?
Yeah, absolutely. And the point of it is and especially from like my roles, if you're looking at this in the background, you can kind of see I have like this bar looking thing, and it represents the tavern, and I represent the barkeep or the wise old sage, the guy that you go to that isn't the star of the show. I'm not the hero that's out there. You are. And that's the whole point of it. As a gamified version of your business, you are the star of your adventure. And there will always be supporting characters around that, but the reality is the dragon that you're fighting is success. And so what we want to do is we want to build up your character, build up your kingdom, and then find the right party members, hence the tavern motif here, to help elevate you to the most well-rounded version of a business that you can have, so that when you do go out to slay the dragon, that you are successful in it.
Yeah, that's fun. I like the way you explained that. And again, I want you said something really critical there, and I want our viewers and our listeners to hear this. In the story or in the game of life, you are the central figure. You are the main protagonist. You are the star. And that's not an arrogant thing. It simply can't be any other way.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
And that means that everyone around you is a supporting actor. It doesn't mean they're not important. They're simply not the central figure. They may be close to the central figure. They may be once or twice removed. So, and I love this because, and I love the terminology. They're a supporting actor, right? They are. So you pick your cast that are going to support you. And what Paul is saying is like, he's going to be one of your supporters. You're going to cast him into your game, into your book, into your movie as a person who's there solely to support you. Did I get that accurately?
That is absolutely correct. Yep.
And it's exciting because when you realize that you call people into your life, and when you realize that that's actually what we do, then you can begin to do it deliberately. You can begin building a team, and you want somebody like Paul on your team because he's programmed, if you will, in this game. He's programmed with the sole purpose of aiding you for your success and accomplishment. Yes or no?
That's correct. And the great thing
Yeah.
about having me in that is that my years of experience, my interactions with other adventurers on their path helps you along the way. So you don't have to know everything. You just have to know someone who does. And so as the barkeep, the person you can saddle up to, pull up a drink, and then ask those questions, the questions that you really just don't know, but you're too afraid to ask. That's what I'm here for. And let me tell you, as the barkeep, everyone's whispering to me all the things that you'd need to know. And so it's the best persona that I can have. I thought about the wise man in the cave with the sword that says it's dangerous outside, take this. But then that's too isolationist. And so I thought, no, let's do a barkeep, because then that's somebody we're all familiar with.
Yeah, and this is really quite clever, and I really appreciate it because when I think of all the movies that I see, so many of them have these scenes where they are at a bar, and there is the bartender, and they're asking questions of the barkeep, right? And sometimes that bartender is extremely critical in like giving a tip, right? Or giving a warning, or giving an encouragement, or giving some a self-reflection, right?
Yep.
It's really and because that barkeep is hearing so many conversations.
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah, this is brilliant. I love this. I love that you set yourself up as the barkeep. That is so cool. All right. So another question for you, because our show is called Vision Pros,
Mm-hmm.
and so I want to know, like, I know you've got a purpose and mission, but I want to know, like, really, what is your vision?
So my vision is to allow people to truly understand that being successful, being your own boss, being an entrepreneur is not a Mount Everest that requires years and years of training and studying to mount. The reality is, like I said earlier, if you can have a lemonade stand, you understand the basics of entrepreneurship, and that following your dreams is not something that should be you should be scared of. It's an adventure. It should be fun. It will be scary at times, but the best adventures often are. And so I want people to just recognize that in themselves, that there's so much more to life than the daily drudgery of a 9 to 5, and that their adventure awaits. It awaits every single one of us. You just have to be willing to take that first step out your door towards adventure.
Yeah, this is fun. So again, I want to encourage our listeners and viewers to really contemplate what he's saying. Like the entrepreneurial journey is an adventure,
Absolutely.
and we love adventures, right?
Yes.
I
That's
mean,
what makes life worth living, right? Right there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like when we go to the movies, we love a good like Indiana Jones type movie or a Mission Impossible, right? Those are adventure movies.
Yeah.
Which then we just then you and I, we have to ask our listeners, like, what kind of movie are you in right now? Are you in a tragedy? Are you in a comedy? Are you in a romance? Are you in an event? What kind of movie are you in?
Yeah.
And is your movie going your way, or does it suck? Right? Are you looking for? Do you need a new cast? Do you need
A
a
lot of
new
times you do.
story?
Yeah.
Right? Most of us need a new cast.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, and the thing is like every movie, just like every movie, there's nuance to it. And I have a lot of people say, well, you're geared towards, because it's gaming themed, or you're geared toward kids or young adults. And I'm like, no, some of my clients are in their 60s and they're like, I need something different. I need a side hustle. I need clarity. I finally am out of the rat race, and now I've got time to approach something new, but I don't know where to begin. That's exactly what this is for. So there's no age limit on pursuing a dream. And it should be fun. It should be daunting and scary. And that's what I'm for, is I am the guy to help put you at ease. I'm the one who can say, if you just take these few steps, you'll get down that path. You'll start where you want, towards the destination that you want to go. And that you should enjoy every bit of it, no matter how stressful, no matter how exhilarating it can be. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the fun.
So cool. I'm really appreciating what you're doing. I feel very enthusiastic about this. The reason is it is so fresh. This is such a fresh approach. Like, this is one of the most unique interviews I've done, just by the fact that you showed up in character. You've got the set. I mean, this is brilliant. But not only that, because it really, as soon as I went to your website, I began to self-identify, right? There was relatability because I am a creative type. And so if you are a creative type and you're listening to this, I encourage you to visit Paul's website. Check it out. He's got some. So what I saw there, and you expound on this, I saw some books you're offering. Is that correct?
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about what those books are and what people can expect in those books.
So I have 3 books that I offer. Here's one of them. This is the one that started it all. This is the Creative Player's Handbook to Business. And this is a self-led book. If you're one of those people who are an adventurous type that doesn't need a lot of support in it, this one is self-led. And inside of it, it starts with the very basics. It starts with your character sheet, with you yourself. And then from there, what we do is we figure out what is the seed to your business. And believe it or not, it only takes 2 questions. A little bit of introspection, but only 2 questions. And then from that seed, we plant it and we build your business around it. And from there, and so everything that's in here can help to lead you to building that business itself. The book it has a complement book, which is the workbook, which you can actually fill in, has the same information that's in here. And then inside this, there are also my trials and tribulations. I found over time that the best way to learn is through stories, through storytelling. If somebody has had a mishap, we'll remember that nugget. And this book is chock full of them. Everything that I'm asking somebody to do, I give you a reason why, usually based on a story. And I'll let you in on something. 9 out of 10 times it's because I screwed up and I learned from it. And a lot of people, they don't want to be the one to screw up. So let me take that hit for you, you know? And then at the end of this book, there's also 4 appendices filled with resources that will just help you get on there. And so once you finish this book and the workbook that goes with it, then you have a 90-day plan of action. This actually creates your business plan for you, and you have a 90-day plan of action to start earning real world money as soon as you finish this. Then the other book that I have is this one here, which is the Game Master's Guide to Business. This is what teaches you how to be the storyteller of your adventure. Because when you're going out to meet new people, when you're going out to sell, you don't sell your stuff, sell yourself, because you're the reason that people want to invest in the thing that you're selling. If we wanted widgets, we'd go to Amazon. But if we want something from an entrepreneur, it's because we're investing in the person behind it. And this book here really helps you to understand the story that goes behind your adventure, so that when you are pitching it to other people, you're not just selling stuff, you're selling yourself. And my third object, which is going to be posted here in the next week or so probably, well, we'll see when this comes out, but is a digital familiar training program that I'm doing. Because if there's one thing that an entrepreneur wishes they had, is a clone. And let me tell you, if I, like my wife constantly saying, if we'd only find another Paul, you would be set. And so what I did is I figured out how to utilize AI to not go out and search the internet and give you generic responses, but to technically take my mind, and I can now converse with a digital clone of myself. And so it becomes my familiar, and I use it to help me to bounce ideas off of myself, because I know what I'm trying to do. And it's hard to explain to somebody else who doesn't understand the nuances, but I can gauge and I can brainstorm. I can do all these things with myself. And it's not an echo chamber, because the way I set it up, it actually will tell me if I'm wrong, which I love. I love it to be able to give me point and counterpoint, say, no, that's the wrong direction, because then you know that it's truly not an echo chamber, and that you're not just hearing what you want to hear. This is actually riveting conversation with a cloned version of yourself. So that'll be offered here in the next week or 2.
Whoa, that sounds fascinating. Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait to get a preview of that. Like, I mean, when you post it on your website, I mean, that sounds absolutely cool. The ability to have a conversation and bounce ideas with yourself, that's able to give you feedback or interact. That sounds so cool. Wow. Okay.
I've taught it to so far to 6. I trial this out, and I've tried it with 6 other clientele from all different walks of life and age ranges and jobs. And every single one of them has come back to me and said, you have shortcutted my life by 80%. Like everything, that all the doubt that I had, all the misdirection that I thought I was going in, it recalibrates, because believe it or not, you've got a lot of the answers, and no coach is ever going to come in and change completely how you do something. They're going to help to hone the edge of the sword. And so you already have the skill sets there, but sometimes you lose the forest through the trees, and you don't know what you know, or you forgot, because we know we got a lot going on. You're wearing 50 hats. And so to be able to sit and contemplate with yourself in a direction that you want to go, it's enlightening. You're like, oh, I forgot that was the mission, or that was the thing that I was supposed to do. And it helps to bring it back. And when you're looking for clients, you can literally put your client in there and say, is this a good fit for me? And you will tell yourself yes or no. How awesome would that be? Rather than
incredible.
Yeah, it's so incredibly useful. I use it a lot. And so right now I'm up to 6 different clones of myself, and they all wear a different hat, but it depends on how I'm approaching my business as to whether or not I need that specific clone.
Interesting. And is this like through the use of AI agents? Is this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but the key to it with that AI, and I know we're getting sidetracked here, but the key to the AI agent is that we turn it off from using the internet. We give it the knowledge base that we want, and the knowledge base is your knowledge. And so the more information you can tell about yourself. So just as an example, when I'm talking to me about, say, Gamify Business, I wrote these books, I upload the books. That's my knowledge base right there. And then the key to it is to have it ask me more questions to clarify. And then I just spend my time, and I don't type everything out. I know people are so averse to having to type long things. I talk on my phone as a voice memo. I upload it and say, there's my answer. And then it keeps on learning, but it stays within the knowledge base that you have. And so when I'm asking about my business, it only structures around my business. Now, if I have it wanted to search something that's on the internet, I can toggle that ability on and off. But for the most part, you don't want outside interference. You want to have a discussion with your true knowledge. That's the best way to do it.
Okay, so we have no, we're not approaching. We have arrived at a new way of doing business, conducting business, researching business, getting curious about business. We have arrived at a very new opportunity. I'm like so fascinated by this. If you're listening to this or watching this, and you are too, and want to find out more, Paul, give us the details. Where can we connect with you?
Yeah, just head over to my website, which is gamifybusiness.com. And if you're curious about this, but you're not sure about the investment, if you just enter your email address, you'll be able to download the first 2 chapters of my book, The Creative Player's Handbook. So you can understand the process that goes into this and the steps that are involved. And you'll even get a little bit of a taste of the nugget of wisdoms that you'll get inside there. And it does ask you those first 2 questions, which, I know they say don't give away all the milk for free, but in this one, I think it's there adds so much value to it. So go and check it out. Download the free copy. You won't get a follow-up or anything from me. I just want you to have access to it. So it's gamifybusiness.com.
Well, I'm going to do it. So you can expect to see my email address come through. I want to see what you're doing. This is fascinating to me. And when will the AI part of it be on your website?
It should be there within a week or 2.
Okay.
I'm finalizing the package right now. It's an addendum to this, so there is a book compartment, a book part to it, but it's also a digital download. So because a lot of the way that you talk to AI it's through prompts, and I don't want you to have to type any of that, so you can copy and paste to put it in there. And then there's also a video version of me explaining, again, because it's all through story, how best to approach putting this information into it, because I love to ideally do it one-on-one with all my clients. And my clients I do that with, but I just can't hit everybody. So it's a downloadable class, but it's also a book that's either virtual or not. So I'm just kind of putting all the pieces together now, and then we'll be able to have it out in about a week or 2.
Got it. Wow. Okay. Fascinating. Gosh, I'm so glad that we connected today, because this is unique. This is this is the first.
Excellent.
And I do a lot of interviews.
Well, good.
So I'm super excited. I hope the people listening are as well. This sounds like it could be a game changer for many entrepreneurs. So I acknowledge you for the work you've done and putting all this together and bringing it to the market. This is fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. We're just at the top of our time together. So any last words before we say goodbye?
Have fun, and remember that business is an adventure. Don't be an NPC. All right. Play your life.
Right on, dude. So good. All right. Now you know what it's time to do. It's time to get out there. Be a source of kindness. Be a source of contribution. You do have something to offer this world, and I believe in you.
Thank you for being here today. I'm really happy that you tuned in to Vision Pros Live. I'm looking forward to seeing your reactions as these episodes continue to move forward. This is going to get more and more fun. We'll have more and more engagement as well. We'll invite people to participate in the show. And thank you for giving us your time and attention. Have an excellent time building out your vision and becoming a Vision Pro yourself.